Okay, go.
Alright, first we're gonna start off by saying like some fun facts about the English vocabulary.
You guys speak up a lot.
First we're gonna start off with some fun facts about like English vocabulary. Alright, so he's gonna write down a couple words on the board, and alright, so does anyone know what's so special about the word skiing?
Isn't it like the only word in English language with a double I?
Yep. It's the only word in the English language with two I's. Alright, next word. Alright, does anyone know what's so special about dreamt? Alright, it's the only word in the English language that ends with MT. Okay, the longest word in the English alphabet. The longest word that you can type with your left hand is stewardess, like on a keyboard.
No, stewardess.
Stewardesses.
That's the longest word you can write with your left hand on the keyboard. This is kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it's so cool.
There's 4 words in the English language which end in dos, D-O-U-S. Does anyone know what those 4 words are? You know, it's like a voluntary sort of.
Ponderous.
Say it again?
Ponderous? I don't think that's what.
No.
Hazardous?
Yeah, that's one.
That's one.
Yes. Any other ones?
I would say horrendous, stupendous,
Iotis.
tremendous.
Yeah. Those 4 are the only words in English.
And then we're using some made up
Language.
words that
Yeah. I got another word.
Alright, does anyone know what's special about
That word.
strengths? No. It's the longest word in English alphabet. I mean, in English. It's the longest word in English language with just one vowel.
See.
E.
He's right here. What's so special about these 2 words? It's obvious. This is pretty obvious.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the only 2 words in the English language with 3 consecutive double letters. So, okay, I've seen some. What's the only word, 15-letter word, that can be spelled without repeating any letter? No one knows.
Give us a hint.
If you like write a paper or something and you don't want anyone to steal it, or like if you invent something you want not.
Okay, never mind. So tell you the word.
It's on copyright.
Copyright.
It. Yeah.
Great word.
Alright,
Alright, the word underground is the only word that begins and ends with the letters on.
What?
The word underground is the only word that begins and ends with the letters on. Starts with the same letter.
it's like cool stuff you gotta know about the English language.
Alright, now we're gonna
Give you, like,
say some basic
history.
facts about the history of it.
Actually, no, we're gonna ask you if you guys know, and then
Can you turn up your volume?
we're gonna ask you if you guys know, and if you guys don't know, we'll tell you the answer. According to the story of Socrates, who was the Egyptian god that invented writing?
Anyone?
It was Thoth. In the Socrates story, Thoth approached the king of Egypt, seeking his royal blessing for his invention. The king said, "Thoth, you, who are the father of letters, have been led by your affection to ascribe them a power of the opposite to that which they really possess." More stuff on it.
Alright, which country has the first recorded writings? This one's easy.
Egypt.
Correct. The earliest Egyptian writings date from 3100 BC. Those of the Indus Valley date from 2500 BC. Those of Crete from 1900 BC. And those of China from 1200 BC.
Alright, excavations at the ancient city of Uruk in modern-day Iraq revealed clay tablets dating from around 3300 BC. These were inscribed with an early form of writing. What is the name of the form of writing dating from this period of Uruk?
Sanskrit.
No, pictographic. These pictographic signs at Uruk developed later at about 2500 BC into abstract cuneiform signs that were Sumerians used it, and then Babylonians. Yeah.
Alright, who was the first person to coin the term cuneiform? Alright, it was Thomas Hyde. Thomas Hyde was a professor of Hebrew and Laudian of Arabic at Oxford in 1770. At first, he actually thought that cuneiform was not really writing; it was mainly ornamental, and he even thought that it might have been just like bird tracks. However, he realized that none of the characters were repeated, and he realized it was actually a form of writing. And and the patterns were like wedge-like. So he gave the term cuneiform, which in Latin cunis means wedge. So he termed it cuneiform.
Last question. Which Korean king invented an alphabet of 28 letters? Sejong. So next time someone asks that question, we're going to start with King Sejong. He invented the 28-letter alphabet and introduced it in 1443. For more than 1,000 years, the Koreans had used Chinese characters, and in fact, many still do. But Sejong's alphabet, called Hangul, was met with resistance right from the start, and North Korea adopted it, but South Korea still uses a mixture of Chinese. But stuff about writing that you guys now are more smarter about.